The vices of pride, sloth, gluttony, lust, and greed have been a part of human existence since the advent of sin in the world. Each one of us is susceptible to these vices, and we have all at some point succumbed to their allure. Throughout human history, countless philosophers and thinkers have addressed these vices. Vices have the power to awaken our irrational tendencies, seduce us, cloud our judgment, and steer our desires toward our basest passions. They even have the ability to subvert reason, leading us to convince ourselves that these vices are either good or not as bad as they might seem. Stoicism, as you can already see, emerges as one of the most significant philosophical doctrines regarding vices. The Stoics assert that vices nullify human reason and freedom, effectively reducing the addicted person to a state resembling an animal, enslaved to their instincts and desires. It's important to remember that philosophical history is nothing less than a continual cultivation of virtue. And virtue is nothing short of the rational habit that distances us from vice, leading us toward a more fulfilled and happy life. Vice, as you may have personally experienced, brings about profound unhappiness. It appears to offer fulfillment, but provides only temporary and fleeting satisfaction. When that satisfaction dissipates, it leaves behind suffering, anguish, and unhappiness. It creates an illusion of completeness, but in reality, empties us and leaves a wound in the soul that only virtue can heal. Marcus Aurelius aptly noted, "Vice is its own punishment, and it leads to its own destruction." He also emphasized that vice is the most formidable adversary one can face, but virtue stands as the most robust defense against it. In this video, I aim to assist you in regaining control over yourself, managing your vices, and ultimately becoming more virtuous and happier. To achieve this, the video is divided into two parts. First, I will elucidate what vice comprises from a historical standpoint. Second, I will provide 10 pieces of advice for combating these vices through the practice of virtue. For Stoicism, vice represents morally wrong behavior that is detrimental to the person committing it. It is a malady of the soul that inclines us toward irrational desires, distorts judgment, causes suffering, and disrupts inner peace. Vices can encompass a wide range of behaviors, including vanity, anger, fear, lust, greed, gluttony, and many others. As you can see, combating vice is a daily struggle, one in which we must strive to be more rational, serene, and gradually relinquish our vices to attain self-mastery. This is a challenging endeavor, but it is aligned with a grand objective, true happiness. Now, how can you embark on the journey to combat vice in your daily life? And where should you begin? 1. Know yourself. To combat something, you must first understand what you're combating. Reflect on your weaknesses and vices. Your introspection will guide you to the source of your inner turmoil and unhappiness. 2. Mentally prepare for the journey. Overcoming vices is a challenging and protracted task. It's crucial to acknowledge that you may relapse along the way, which is entirely natural. The key is not to give up and always return to the fight against your vices. 3. Determine your motivation. Contemplate the significant reasons motivating you to overcome your vices. The primary reason is to attain greater happiness, but there might be other personal motivations such as saving money, enhancing your health, or nurturing better relationships. 4. Set realistic goals. Establish an objective that is both challenging and achievable. It should be neither too easy nor excessively difficult. Understand that conquering vices is a gradual process. 5. Begin gradually. If you find yourself deeply entrenched in a particular vice, start with small steps. There's no need to quit abruptly. You can set progressive goals that involve taking gradual steps toward abandoning the vice. 6. Avoid risky situations. Steer clear of circumstances that could lead you to relapse into your vices. You might need to modify certain habits in your environment to evade tempting situations. 7. Distance yourself from enablers. Those who encourage your vices do not have your best interests at heart. It is in your best interest to distance yourself from them in the long run. 8. Seek help. No one can solve all their problems alone. Seek support from friends, family, philosophers, or professionals who can provide guidance and understanding. 9. Understand the difference between pleasure and satisfaction. Recognize the substantial disparity between the fleeting pleasure that vices provide and the enduring contentment that stems from virtue. 10. Consider the harm caused. Reflect on the damage your vices cause, both to yourself and those around you. Remember that choosing virtue is not only an act of personal improvement, but also a service to society and the world. In conclusion, I'd like to share some quotes from historical philosophers on the subject of vice. Vices are chains that bind us and prevent us from attaining freedom and inner peace. True greatness lies not in avoiding vices, but in overcoming them. Conquering vice is not just personal improvement, it's also a service to society and the world. In this video, the aim is to assist you in taking control of yourself, managing your vices, and ultimately becoming more virtuous and happier. Please subscribe to the channel if you found this video interesting. Thank you for watching.